Hey, what's up everybody, it's Jay. The media loves to tell you why you shouldn't buy real estate. You know, all those articles with scary headlines about housing bubbles and market crashes, but here's the truth. They don't want you to build wealth. They want you to stay stuck in the rent cycle, lining someone else's pockets. In this video, I'm exposing the 5 biggest lies they push to keep you renting instead of owning. And trust me, number 1 is the biggest scam of them all. Let's get into it. How many times have you heard this one? Don't buy now, the market's too hot. It's gonna crash. Back in 2012, my friend Alex was told exactly that. Everyone was saying the market was unstable, that prices were going to plummet. So he waited. He sat on the sidelines renting and hoping to time the market perfectly. Guess what? Prices in his city doubled over the next decade. He finally bought in 2022, but by then, he was priced out of most neighborhoods. He paid way more than he would have if he hadn't listened to all the fear-mongering. Look, the market has ups and downs, that's just how it works. But real estate always trends up long-term. Always. If you keep waiting for the big crash, you might never buy. You know, not only did Alex miss out on a $250,000 house that went up to $500,000, but he also missed out on years of building equity. Had he bought with a 3.5% down payment 10 years ago, his initial investment of $8,750 would have grown to $250,000. That's a yearly return of 285% on his investment. Plus, his housing payment would have stayed relatively the same, while everyone else's rent continued to increase. Okay, let's debunk this myth right now. You do not need perfect credit to buy a house. My cousin Sarah thought she needed an 800+ credit score to even think about buying. She had a 650 and was convinced she'd never qualify for a mortgage. She was about to give up on the whole idea of homeownership until she talked to a lender. And guess what? They told her she could totally qualify for a loan. Now Sarah owns a cute little bungalow, and she's building equity every month instead of throwing money away on rent. The reality is, you can get approved for a mortgage with a credit score as low as 580. There are even programs out there designed to help you boost your score quickly. Don't let this lie hold you back from achieving your dream of homeownership. Alright, this is a big one. For years, I had a coworker, James, who was dead set on saving up a 20% down payment. He was convinced it was the only way to buy a house. Meanwhile, another friend of mine, let's call him Mike, used an FHA loan to buy a home with just 3.5% down. Fast forward 5 years. Mike's home has appreciated by over $100,000. He's built up equity, and his mortgage payments are locked in. James, on the other hand, is still renting, still saving, and basically paying his landlord's mortgage. The moral of the story? You don't need 20% down. There are tons of loan programs out there with options for as low as 3 to 5% down, and even 0% down for some qualified buyers. Don't let this outdated rule keep you from getting into the real estate game. This one's a classic. My neighbor Mark told me back in 2018 that he was going to wait until prices dropped before he bought. I'm going to time the market perfectly, he said. Well, guess what? Home prices have skyrocketed since then. Those same homes he was looking at are now way out of his price range. If he had just locked in a mortgage back in 2018, he'd have built serious wealth by now. Here's the thing about real estate. It's a long-term game. Waiting for the perfect time to buy usually means paying more later. The longer you wait, the more you'll likely have to pay. Of course, you want to buy smart, but don't let fear and indecision keep you from making a move. I used to believe this one myself. I mean, it seems logical, right? Lower monthly payments, no maintenance costs, what's not to like? I had a mentor who once told me, renting is like throwing money in a trash can. At first I didn't get it. But then I looked at my old lease agreements. Over the years, my rent had doubled. Meanwhile, my friends who had bought homes were paying the same mortgage payments every month, and their homes were appreciating in value. They were building wealth, while I was just making my landlord richer. Renting might seem cheaper in the short term, but in the long run, you're just throwing money away. When you buy a home, you're investing in your future, not your landlord's. Ask yourself this question. Why are the largest hedge funds in the world buying up houses and building entire communities, and then keeping them as rental properties? They're not selling them off, they're holding on to them. And at the same time, they're telling you that it's too expensive to buy, that it's better to rent. Why do you think that is? They understand the math. They know that real estate is a long-term wealth builder. I'll be going deeper into this in my next video, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it. So, there you have it. The 5 biggest lies that keep people from buying real estate. Don't fall for them. The truth is, owning a home is one of the most powerful ways to build wealth and achieve financial freedom. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more real estate tips, and drop a comment if you're ready to make a move. Let me know which lie you've heard the most. See you in the next one.